it's actually really difficult to get time on a telescope. So a world-class telescope is a really precious resource, and we have to submit an application to use it the way that other scientists submit applications for grant money. So we make a plan ahead of time. My research specialty is I study how stars kind of evolve and then die, and how they make something like a supernova and then leave behind something like a black hole. So I might write a proposal saying, I want to study this type of star, and I'll do the research and say, I want to study 74 of this type of star that are visible in October or November or December. And I want to use this telescope with this spectrograph on the back of it for 2 nights to do that. And like, you plan out the whole night almost before it happens. And then you submit a proposal saying, do you think this science is worth that time? And a panel of other scientists will look at it and say, maybe no, but if you're lucky, yes, we think you do. And we've decided that you will have November 20th and 21st as your dates on the telescope. And then you make a very detailed plan for those 2 nights, saying exactly which stars you want to point to. And this is all designed based on the scientific question you want to answer. And the worst part is, if you show up on the night of November 20th and it's pouring rain and you can't open the telescope, you're just done. You don't get to stay an extra night and hope you've made up the time because somebody else competed and was given November 22nd and will be coming with their own program. So it makes the time really precious, and it makes it a little tense. You're kind of nervous while you're observing at a telescope, hoping that you use every minute of time.
Yeah, I could imagine there's some anxiety there.
Yeah,
right.
You're really worried about breaking something or doing something wrong.
Right. Yeah, I can imagine this massive telescope. That was something too that kind of blew me away reading the book, is how precious the telescope time was. Because I don't know, I had just assumed that, like, every astronomer has a big old telescope, I guess. I just never thought about it, but it does make sense that there's a limited amount of telescopes and it has to be shared between all the astronomers.
Yeah, these are really world-class scientific facilities, and we have to build them out in the middle of nowhere. Building a really top-notch telescope is a massive endeavor. So we unfortunately don't have one telescope per astronomer. That would be amazing. But as is, we need to really make careful use of the resources that we have, which means that we're all applying for telescopes and we're all sort of sharing the time. Sometimes telescopes will take data that will become public after a certain amount of time, so we can then share each other's data. And we have to be able to collaborate and share the resources. But we are working with a world in which we unfortunately don't have that many world-class telescopes to operate with. It would be amazing if we had more. So, yeah.
So how many nights, like a year, do you get on a telescope typically?
I can tell you how many nights I get. It varies from person to person, but I'll have maybe half a dozen,
for the whole
5
year?
to 10 in a whole year. And wow. I'm counting at this point, I have research students who work with telescopes too, but maybe I could see a year where I have as little as 4 or 5 nights, and then a year when I might have as many as 10 or 20, but that'll be, for me, the high end. I have other colleagues that do different types of research where they just need more individual time at telescopes. So they might have 30 or 40, but it's still not that many. We spend most of our time not at telescopes and most time working with the data that we got. One night of observing can fuel months of science sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. So most of your time is spent kind of just analyzing the data that you got that one night.
Yeah, most of my time is spent right here at my laptop working with the data that we got from the telescope. Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like that's such a misconception people have. We would think you're at a telescope all the time.
Well, and going to these telescopes is an incredible adventure on its own, because they're out in the absolute middle of nowhere. You're really undergoing quite a travel odyssey.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. This is my dog, Murphy, and these are dog treats. Now I'll give Murphy one of these dog treats, and all you have to do is press the like button. Just press that little like button right down there at the bottom of this video, and this sweet, adorable, cute little puppy gets a treat. All thanks to you. All right, you did it? Okay, I believe you if you said you did it. There you go, Murph. She got that treat because of you. Now, I'll eat one of these treats, and all you have to do is click that subscribe button right there, pointing to it. Just click that subscribe button, subscribe to Curiosityness with me, Travis DeRose. Get lots of good video, and I'll eat this treat. All right, you did that too? That's not very good. For real, not very good.